Hey, it's Soul with another video, and today we're going to recap what we've learned about the Midnight reveal during Gamescom. The coverage is ongoing, there's a lot of information spread across different media, and I'm here to smush it all into one spot. I'll keep the commentary to a minimum, and later this week I'll do a big old recap of everything we've learned throughout the week with my reactions. So if you don't mind, please like the video, subscribe for more WoW coverage, and catch me where I'm live, and of course enjoy the B-roll. Midnight opens up with an epic cinematic of the defense of a Sunwat, starring Lorthamar, Liadrin, and of course, Xal'atath minus feet, spoiler alert. A link to that is in the video description. Also linked is the featured trailer, which I'll kind of let run here, but let's talk up the what's what, including some additional details. The new level cap is going to be 90. Silvermoon City is getting a full revamp and is going to be the player hub. Now, the main hub areas are shared, but Silvermoon itself is still the land of the Blood Elves and is Horde territory, so there's going to be places only accessible by Horde players. So probably not too consequential, it's just a reminder of who's running the place. There's going to be 4 zones in the 12.0. There's a revamp in expanded Eversong Woods, which looks like it'll overtake most of the Ghostlands down south. Zul'Aman is being turned into a full zone. We'll explore the land of the Heronir in their land of Herondar, very appropriately named, and then venture into the Voidstorm. It looks like the questing experience will take after the likes of Legion and Battle for Azeroth, where 3 of the zones can be taken on in any order, and the Voidstorm is last, or its max level content, something like that. This is the departure from Shadowlands and Dragonflight, which had a mostly on the rails, you must play through these zones in this order kind of experience. During Midnight Season 1, there's going to be 9 raid bosses spanning across 3 raids. The Voidspire is where we lay siege to Xal'atath's base of operations and features 6 bosses. The Dream Rift will feature 1 boss, and the March on Quel'Danas is a 2-boss raid, so don't expect a Sunwell raid sort of vibe. There's not much other details to share for now. 8 dungeons are coming following a very typical formula. Magister's Terrace is getting an overhaul. Windrunner Spire is apparently much larger than we thought as it's being converted into a dungeon. Murder Row, which is a location inside Silvermoon City, that's also going to be a dungeon, and the other dungeons take place in the other zones. This includes the Den of Nalarak, Mysara Caverns, Blinding Veil, Nexus Point Xenas, and the Voidscar Arena, which is kind of interesting sounding because, well, it sort of reads like there won't be any trash, which I sort of doubt. That's going to make for a very odd Mythic Plus experience. Over in Delve World, Bran's gonna hang up his hat, and the Valyria Sanguinar will be our Delve companion, probably for the whole expansion. It's a very interesting choice as being a primary melee class, but also I wonder how she's gonna tank. And here are the 10 Delve names: the Shadow Enclave, Collegiate Calamity, Parhelion Plaza, the Dark Way, Twilight Crypts, Atalaman, the Grudge Pit, the Gulf of Memory, Sunkiller Sanctum, and Shadowguard Point. There's an 11th delve, it's called Torment's Rise, who is home to our nemesis for this season. Demon Hunters can rejoice, they are in fact going to get a 3rd specialization called Devour with a close and mid-range playstyle. Chances are extremely good it'll be playable in the pre-patch. Also, Void Elves will be expanded to becoming Demon Hunters, which hints to me canonically there's going to be no new actual Demon Hunters being created. It's probably going to work out like the current and only generation of Demon Hunters. They've dabbled into the Void, and here's what happened. There's a new outdoor feature called Prey. You can sign up for it in Silvermoon, and while doing outdoor content, you might be ambushed by a special bad guy, or you go on the hunt for said bad guy in stages. There are multiple difficulties to it for cosmetics and housing decor, and I can already predict tank specializations are going to have the most fun with this feature. New player leveling is going to get a bit of a refresh. Exile's Reach is switching things up, where Thrall and Jaina Proudmoore will respectively handle the new character experience per faction and guide them through Dragonflight. There's also going to be an abridged version of the War Within Quest experience to get folks familiar with the World Soul Saga before coming into Midnight, with this same pattern probably extending to the Last Titan. Not really any new info on player housing other than what's already on pre-order, more on that later, but there is a very cool virtual tour available on the WoW website where we can look at what's possible with decor. You can actually take a close look and see where the creator used clipping tricks to achieve some very cool and useful effects. Transmog is getting a massive change with the costs being reduced to 0 gold. Also, there's going to be a feature called Situations, where you can assign Transmog loadouts depending on your situation, like if you're in the city or running delves and more. Now, this is almost exactly what I was hoping in a revamp. I'm just wondering if editing these situations will still have a gold cost. I think that'd be a good trade-off if so. Comstomp is no longer going to be a brawl, it's going to be a permanent thing instead. Now, details are scarce, but other battlegrounds will be given the Comstomp treatment, and these are being called training grounds. Hopefully we'll learn more soon about the rewards that we'll be getting. There's also a big 40 versus 40 epic battleground called Slayer's Rise, which takes place in the Voidstorm Zone. A new allied race is being added, the Heronir. Not sure how they're being added. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be similar to the Earthen, where we play a bunch of story-related stuff in Midnight's 12.0 content and then unlock them. They're playable as most classes, with the exceptions of Paladins, Death Knights, Demon Hunters, and Evokers. Finally, it turns out the mistaken store leak by Blizzard was in fact very real, with the game bundles including early access to housing, 3-day early access to the expansion, and a ton of other cosmetics and mounts and housing decor. The side text says the expansion will be available no later than June 30th of next year, which means nothing really. It's just a legal requirement similar to how expansions past this date would be available no later than like the next quarter or the end of the year. So I'm holding out for a late February or early March release. And you could also start signing up for the beta now. And that's all we've learned so far. There's going to be a lot more details to learn throughout the week, so stay tuned here for the videos and/or streams as we go over the latest coverage. Let us know what's got you excited and salivating for Midnight to come out tomorrow, or got you hopping mad because they haven't talked about a certain thing yet, or they just missed your expectations. Please like this video, subscribe for more, catch me live, and I'll catch you later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.